Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite Zionist prince coming to you live right now. I'm Tal the Traveling Clad. We've got a very special breaking news update right now. Crazy stuff is happening. Right now, the first update on the table is, this is literally from right this second. Al-Qahra News correspondent, U.S. Air Force fighter jets conduct intensive flights over Iraq's Anbar province. We have reporting information coming through right now that is stating that the U.S. is starting to evacuate officials from Iraq and from the Gulf of Iran. This is from Iran International English. I'm just getting this resized here on screen for us. Breaking, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told the Congress on Wednesday there are plenty of indications that the Iranians have been moving their way towards something that would look a lot like a nuclear weapon. He made the remarks when it was asked by Lindsey Graham if Iranians have been trying to build a nuke. As we know, Trump has been having talks with the Ayatollahs for the last almost 2 months now, and the deadline is actually supposed to be up tomorrow. Depending on what time you're watching this or where you're watching this from, we would have already hit that deadline. So it looks like those talks have pretty much fallen through completely. We've got this from Reuters. The U.S. Embassy in Iraq is preparing for an official evacuation due to escalating security risks in the region. Also, we've got Al Arabiya English saying the U.S. Embassy in Iraq is preparing an ordered evacuation due to heightened security risks in the region, an Iraqi security official and U.S. source say. This is very, very big time news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at what's going on here on Twitter. So we've got from Mayor Tusi TV, breaking latest update. The U.S. has issued a security notice to all American vessels in the Persian Gulf. Evacuation orders have been given in Iraq. Breaking, the Islamic Republic of Iran is preparing to strike U.S. bases in the Middle East. That is some big news. This is coming from open source intel. The U.S. Navy has raised the alert level at its Bahrain bases. What is going on? Israeli military action against Iran before July. This is in Polymarket, 40% betting towards it. And we've got Charles Lister. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad is, per U.S. and Iraq officials, preparing for a possible evacuation due to developing security risks in the Middle East. This comes amidst whispers of what might break down of Iran nuclear talks could result in sudden U.S.-Israel military action. Things are heating up significantly right now. Actually, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm getting an update right now. This is all happening live. The U.S. is evacuating all non-essential personnel in Middle East embassies right now. That is happening right now. That is crazy. This is all breaking down in front of our eyes right now. And to give us more insight on exactly what is going on right now, I'm inviting on Lieutenant Colonel Yaron Busquila, CEO of the IDSF. I'll tell you guys more about that at the end of the video. Head of operations of the Gaza divisions in reserves. I'm going to bring him on right now for us to discuss what's going on. All right, we are live here with Yaron Busquila. I want to get your insight on what's going on. There's a lot of news breaking out of the Middle East right now. I literally just got a news update that all non-essential personnel from U.S. embassies are being evacuated. I'd love to hear your insight on what you think is going on, if you could shed some light.
Yeah, so I believe that the United States actually asked all of these people to leave the area because the negotiations are not going uh, forward with Iran. The United States tried to get into agreement with the Iranian. They gave them many, many options, but Iran all the time just gave frameworks that the United States, Israel, and actually all of the world couldn't agree and accept, because those frameworks are good only for the next 4 years until Donald Trump will finish his role. But after that, the Iranian can go forward and very, very quickly to a nuclear weapon, which risks all of the world. And I hope that all of your audience understand that Israel is just a milestone regarding Iran on their way to the West. And the effect of having nuclear weapons in the hands of the Iranian is something that the world cannot accept. So maybe this is kind of a message that the United States are trying to deliver to the Iranian that they will attack if there are not any agreements that the United States can accept, or maybe going soon we're going to be attacked on all of these nuclear weapon sites all over Iran. We'll wait and see.
The way you're speaking about this gives me a heightened sense of confidence that we might actually be looking at a strike on Iran. Do you think that's something that we could be looking at in the next 24 to 48 hours? Like, do you think the rumors have an actual essence of truth to them?
Well, exactly as you said it precisely. This is a rumor right now. We just can trying to predict what are the next moves in the United States. If they say that there are people to leave the area, so usually it's not just saying that without a reason. So I can give, and I really don't know what time exactly they're going to attack, and if they're going to attack. So, but I can assume that this is not just uh, alarm, like fake alarm.
Mm.
I think this is something serious going to happen, and I hope the United States will make the moves that the world should expect. So we have a better and the United States can ensure the security of the world, and when they will make sure that the Iranian is not holding a nuclear weapon.
Let me ask you this: as somebody who's heavily involved, obviously, in the operations behind the IDF, tons of experience on the ground. I'm sure that you've also worked with American colleagues as well, trying to understand exactly how they operate. In a world where either Israel or the US actually commits a strike on Iran on their nuclear sites, do you think that this is something they do in conjunction together, US and Israel? Do you think that Israel takes the brunt force of this and the US sort of supports them from the side? How do you think that would go if they were to do something?
When you stay together, there is a couple of levels, some levels of together. There is the level of sharing the information, sharing the data from the intelligence unit. This is something very essential for the United States to do that with Israel, because Israel is very, very involved in what's going on all of the Middle East, and a lot of all of the information from all of the um, by the Mossad and so on. But there is the other level, is we saw the attack. And even when it's coming to the real attack, like they're going to strike in Iran, Israel have abilities, and the United States have all their own abilities. We have abilities even in ground force when you're talking about it taking in Iran. Not everything is just going from the airstrike. And I think that will happen together. I think they will happen together, as I said, in the level of sharing the data and happen together as a common strike on those all of these areas of Iran. And I just want to remember to remind you, sorry, that when we say Iran, we're not talking only about the Iran country, the land of Iran. We're talking about Yemen. We're talking about areas in Syria and Lebanon, proxies all over. By the way, even in South America,
Mm-hmm.
there is some proxies of Iran. So Iran have a lot of arms that hug all of the world. And I believe that once the United States will decide to strike Iran, we will see them hitting Iranian all over every place that they have proxies, and it will not be like 50% of the job.
Wow, that could be this could be really ramping up to be a very, very intense weekend in the Middle East and maybe even for the world. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Lieutenant Colonel Yaron Bouskila, CEO of IDSF, Head of Operations of the Gaza Division of Reserves. Yaron, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us and enlighten us, and hopefully we'll see you again here on the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, brother.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, the news updates have sort of chilled out a little bit, so I'm not really getting anything else in right now. There's a lot of preparation, a lot of watching. I am going to give you guys an update the second anything happens. Full clarity, by the way, I'm traveling right now. I'm actually supposed to be going back to Israel in less than 48 hours. I'm supposed to be back on my way there, so this might totally fuck up my plans. So I will try from the road to give you guys as many updates as possible. But IDSF, by the way, they are the Israel Defense and Security Forum. They've been amazing to me in the last year and a half, giving me tons of insights about the interworkings of the IDF, Mossad operations. They've been touring me around Israel. They're fantastic. I'll leave links in the description below where you can find them. Find more about Yaron. We actually made a video in the Nova site a couple months back, almost a year ago now. They are an incredible group, and they actually one of the best resources for a content creator like me who's trying to get more in the know. So IDSF, hopefully we'll be working more closely with them on this channel as time goes on in the future. And I always want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel right now if you like what I do here, putting together these news reports, these news updates, what's going on, the reaction videos, on the ground stuff. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers to legitimize the cause and legitimize the channel. One of the best ways to support me is by hitting that subscribe button right now. And again, keep notifications on my channel right now. This is a very crazy time in the Middle East and in Israel, and I will hopefully update you guys very soon with more information. See you guys next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Clads. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.